Hi Leo, welcome to your May 2021 Astrological Forecast. I'd like to remind you to subscribe to my channel. Click on the little bell there. You'll be notified each time I upload something. Check out Ask Me a Question. It's in the description below, where there's also a link to my website if you would like to have your personal chart done. Check that out. And check out my weekly forecast. So for May, the sun is in Taurus. Okay, it starts off the month in Taurus up until like the 19th. And just very briefly, Venus and Mercury are still in Taurus first few days, but they actually move into Gemini. Mercury moves into Gemini on the 3rd, and Venus moves into Gemini on the 8th. And there's a new moon in Taurus on the 11th. Sun moves into Gemini on the 20th. So right now you just have like the sun still in Taurus with a new moon on the 11th. And where you have Taurus in your chart is your 10th house of your career, your outer public persona, how you're known by reputation, professionally and personally, and how people speak about you publicly. So it's the most public part of your chart. So if you feel like you've been on display lately, that's why. Okay, because the sun is here. Okay, it's drawing attention to you, even if you're not even trying to get attention. Okay, but if you were, now would be the time when you would be getting a lot of it. Okay, since last month, since Venus and Mercury are here just like the first few days, people are still having very, very nice things to say about you, especially your appearance. But even when these planets leave this area, you're still going to have like the sun here, and the planet Uranus is in Taurus for like many years to come just yet. So you're always going to have a little bit of unpredictability in your public life and in your career. So around that new moon, something like that could actually happen. But a new moon brings new beginnings. So possibly, maybe you are about ready to get a new position within your current with your current employer or your current line of work. If you're self-employed, if you're retired or don't work at all, there's still something new coming in to your life as far as your status goes. It's a new beginning in this area, okay? A new career even. In fact, that's kind of like what the planet Uranus being here is doing, is it's gearing you towards something completely different as far as a livelihood goes. Okay, something far more interesting. It, it could be many, many things, but you're just maybe dissatisfied where you currently are, or you're just far more interested in something else. But if you're not changing careers, something new could come into your life right now or just grab your attention, and you may decide that that's something you might like to do. It could even be something you just do on the side, and eventually possibly turn it into your main career. But this is another time too where you could have a really nice accidental meeting, possibly with someone, chance meeting, with someone who can help your career in some way, or at least help your status, okay, up the ladder somewhere there. Okay, so anyways, when all these planets move into Gemini, they'll be in your 11th house of friends and acquaintances, the places where you go to hang out, even if it's possibly a new place or a place that was closed due to the pandemic and is opening up now again. It's any kind of organization that you belong to, and your dreams, hopes, and wishes. So having your sun here, even, this is like the most sociable house, and this is even like online socializing. Okay, it's an internet house. It's any kind of group that you belong to, even on there. Excuse me. So you may be prompted to join new groups, or actually get a little bit closer with the people in these groups. Even if it is just online, you may all attend some kind of, like, say, Zoom meeting, or may actually get out physically to see one another. Could be one event that you attend at this time in person, or it could be like many little events or whatever, or gatherings online. Having Venus and Mercury here together means a lot of pleasant conversations with your friends or with people that you meet right now. It's a very sociable time for you, so you're in the mood kind of to meet with people. Okay, there's a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius on the 26th, and where you have Sagittarius in your chart is your 5th house of parties and fun and romance and creativity, any kind of amusements of any kind, like amusement parks, rides or something like that, or even going to, like, let's say, see a play or a movie or sports or something or other. Okay, it's just the house of fun. Also the house of children, but it's mainly the house of fun and romance. Okay, so around that full moon, you may have a little bit of a difference of some kind with one of your friends or someone that you've possibly just met. Maybe even if you are out doing something that's considered fun, or even at a party even, or some kind of gathering around that full moon. You just may meet someone that kind of rubs you the wrong way, or one of your friends could say something to you that maybe you don't really care for. It could even be just, again, somebody that you meet on social media, and that's always a possibility for anyone that's on social media, to meet somebody that rubs them the wrong way or whatever. So just, keep that in mind. It doesn't seem like it's too big of a deal because it's happening in a house that's actually fun. But if you do have children, or if you're seeing someone who has children, they may be pretty prominent at this time. Okay, for some reason or other, there's something going on in their life that you have to take care of, or whatever. Okay, but you might want to keep that in mind too. Okay, so Mars is in Cancer. Okay, moved into Cancer on I think the 23rd, April 23rd. So where you have Cancer in your chart is your 12th house. Okay, it will be, when it leaves here, moving into your 1st house. So while Mars is in your 12th house, you could be very busy, very active. Okay, that's what Mars does. Okay, it's a very energetic planet. It makes you very active wherever it's transiting, and because it's in your 12th house of secrets and actions, behind the scenes actions, or actions taken in secret or done in secret, means that you could actually be doing something, or even working on something, or making some kind of plans to do something that you're keeping to yourself right now. Okay, when Mars moves into your 1st house is probably when you'll act on them. But for now, having Mars in your 12th house just does make you a little bit more secretive in your plans, more or less. But a lot of times, I always say, okay, it is the house of secrets, or confidences even, but it is acting in secret by you or even someone else. So there could be someone in your life that you feel is acting behind your back, or doing something behind your back, or you're got a strange feeling about them that you don't think that they're on your side. They undermine you secretly, but usually what happens is when Mars is here, whomever is actually secretly jealous of you, and that is why they're undermining you. But it's someone who acts like they are on your side, or they are your friend, but they're not really. Okay, this could be anyone, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be happening. It's just a little bit of a warning, because you have all these planets in Gemini in your 11th house of friends, so it's very active. there right now. It's also as active, though, as this Mars in your 12th house. So just, if you're meeting someone new at this time, you know, you just be careful. They may have mercenary tendencies as to why they want to befriend you. You know, whatever. Okay. So the planet Saturn is in Aquarius. Jupiter is here also, but will be moving into Pisces on the 13th, very briefly. Okay. But for now, okay, having Saturn in your 7th house of Aquarius. Aquarius is your opposite sign. It falls in your 7th house of close friends, close relationships, business, and or romantic. Okay. And when it turns retrograde, it's time for you to review these very things, okay? Your close relationships. You know, it just means that sometimes if you were having a problem, let's say like in a romance with someone, a problem that you had previously just comes back around again. You know, it's like never ending, or so it seems to you, that you're reviewing the same thing that has already happened in this area. Okay, and this just happens on the 23rd, so it'll take a while to even really feel it, or not at all. You know, maybe you really don't have to deal with anything like that, but as far as reviewing goes, you're doing that in your mind. You know, going back to what's good about the relationship and maybe what isn't. So Jupiter, though, moves into Pisces on the 13th just until like July 28th. And then it moves into Aquarius again till the end of the year. Okay, then it finally moves into Pisces fully at the end of December. But there's this very brief period coming up where it is going to be in Pisces. So it might not affect too many people, but I may do a video on it. I was going to do it towards the end of the year, but I might do it now because people seem interested in wanting to know even about this very brief period, about where you have Pisces in your chart as your 8th house of other people's resources and money. It's the house of transformation, beginnings and endings, legacies, inheritances. It's a money house, more or less, okay? But it's the planet Neptune has been here for a while, okay? So with these two planets here together, you know, Jupiter is the co-ruler of Pisces, okay? It is the ruler of Sagittarius, but it also does really well in Pisces, okay? So these two planets together usually bring about a very dreamy kind of outlook. It's a very spiritual and philosophical time, okay? But this is occurring in your house of money and tangible things, more or less, okay? So this is the house of, again, payouts, legal settlements, insurance settlements, a partner. It's jointly held resources, though, too. It's like shared bank accounts, shared credit cards, shared actual property, real property, like a home and stuff like that, okay, or luxury items or something. So if you do, if you're married or if you're in business with someone, you can get kind of glossed over, you know, your outlook on your shared resources with someone else. You may actually give them use of whatever it is that you have with this, like, very altruistic outlook that it will help them and they need it more than you do and blah, blah, blah. And that's like a very bad way to use this transit as far as the money part goes. You should try to use this transit for the regeneration effect that this house is known for, the whole phoenix rising from the ashes thing, you know, something ending and something beginning completely new. So again, these are very spiritual planets together, especially. So I would really look at it that way. This is one of the houses of psychic ability, okay? And right now you have Mars in your 12th house, another psychic factor. So I think I would just try to, like, do things with my mind if I were you. If you're unable to really pinpoint your finger on finances, as far as finances go. You could even have someone lying to you in a way about what they have and what they don't have, okay? So you may feel sorry for someone or feel, I don't know, sucked in some way or other, and you may give someone something that's kind of valuable, or even if it's just valuable to you, but you could be far too generous at this time, okay? And you may not even have the money to do that. But I'm the person, I don't know if other astrologers say this, I'm the person that says that Leos are the most generous sign of all signs. So I could see you parting with something that just is not a very good idea. Okay, so keep that in mind. What's yours is yours. Don't listen to a sob story, or even if it's like a truthful story, just don't get sucked in. Okay? The best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Leo on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Aquarius, and those dates are the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of speculation or gambling, and anything to do with children. The 12th, 13th, 14th, 26th, and 27th. The best time for money is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. The best time for your career is the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 22nd, and 23rd. So I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for May. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my weekly forecast. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.